got a men's champ to crown. Yago Dora up against Italo Ferreira in a rematch from last year's final at the OI Rio Pro. Two-time winner Italo Ferreira out in the water would be the favorite on the CT coming into this event. He's going to vault up those rankings with this finals appearance. Here comes Yago, ducks into a quick barrel and does not come out, Jesse.
Over there in Abu Dhabi, of course, and just the physical appearance that he has in Portugal, it's noticeable, Kaipo.
Stabs it there. Just one turn for Ferreira to start his account, Jesse.
No doubt about it. Here on the other hand, just a straight hander, let's put it this way. Both of those surfers get closeouts and pull out miracles to it, and we see Yago up and riding.
Yago looking for a ramp, finds it, pops it up, puts it down. Full rotation for Yago Dora. Smooth rail work to finish that up on the Mayhem surfboard. Fly in the air, Mitchell, and land back down and keep on riding away. If I think anyone's going to be impressed. Check this out.
It's pretty sick air, and Jesse talked about not needing a whole lot to really get that pop either. But with that side offshore wind, it just glues your board to your feet. Should be really what we consider a good score.
Oh, here comes Italo. Wave looking pretty good here. Looking for the ramp. Pops it up, lands on the roof. Picks out of it. Brings up speed on the inside. Finishes off. And the crowd likes it. Kind of get out there and get priority, but let's take another look at Italo Ferreira, Jess.
I mean, obviously this is a beautiful angle, but hard to identify the height of it, but you can see it better here. That wave is so critical. He almost gets barrel, but avoids it to get that lip. Gets the pop higher than Yago. Rotation, not as much of a fluid rotation as Yago had. And finish it off strong, more critical section, bigger wave. More pop, maybe not as dynamic as Yago. Both fares very incredible, very fun to watch. You can check out his heel as he's going up. Kind of gets off the...
Both of them do.
Both of them. One of them kind of like going to the side of the board, somehow pulls it off and brings the foot back in just in time.
Really, I mean, he's making 8 out of 10 of those, you know.
Here comes Yago. Backhand this time. Pulls into a barrel. That thing clamps on top of Yago. So we'll see if he can race back out and regain priority. As well as this wave right here, Mitch.
Yeah, and it seemed like this is going to be the backup at the moment for Dora. Great stab right there. Really just the one poke as we caught up to him at this point of the wave, Kaipo. So not a whole lot on offer at the back end, but should be a decent backup for the 6.67. But considering that Yago's probably going to get, Italo's probably going to get a monster number, this might be irrelevant right here for Yago. But still keeping active, looking good so far on the lefts. And I feel for both of these guys, it's really going to be those lefts that they're going to be keeping their eye on.
More dramatic, you know, as much as he wasn't as flowy as Yago, it was more dynamic. But there's still a lot of time on the clock. Both of the surfers with no backups, as much as what I think and I expect for this heat so far.
Catching up here, Yago Dora goes stalefish on that full rotation. Nice snap there for Dora, getting back into the game, doubles it up for yet another one for the finish. Looking at the beach, and you know he flared that thing out. Went stale.
Like my backhand was touching the rail. As you see right here, his backhand is gonna grab that inside rail, coming out with the flow and mixing it up, comboing it up with a lot of speed and finish it off with that beautiful layback snap.
That's right. Point it out. Here we go. Backhand, heel rail, stale fish grab.
He has to bring the knee up a little bit too. That's a skate-inspired move right there. And talk about combination of major maneuvers, the second and third turn were something special too, gentlemen. And what I point out,
he kind of ticked all the other boxes, you know, creativity, fluidity, and Italo up and riding on a pretty hollow wave.
Lines up for the barrel. This one's going to skate away from Italo Ferreira. You can see the Patterson surfboard getting shot out, but without Italo Ferreira on top of it, incomplete.
Well deserved for them. Couldn't be better. I'm glad we're here watching this.
Just Italo just fishing for something. He's not going to find anything right there. He's going to paddle back out and try to cast another one into the Atlantic Ocean and see if he can catch a good score.
He's been very intelligent, taking calculated risks, not over-risking anything either. As here goes the world champ.
Bravo on the backhand. Big snap there for our #1 on the rankings. Follows it up with a nice climb. Just needs a mid-range score, 6-point ride, little over mid-range actually. What do you think, Jess?
They previously done in this heat. This is a very critical turn, goes up in vertical, but once again, the wave just dissipating. A lot of energy in one spot right now. It gets very shallow. Finish it off strong, but like on a smaller section. He did as much as he could on the wave, but I don't see that coming into the 6-point range.
So wait for the judge's decision on that. Look at this slow motion, Mitch.
Yeah, no, just a lot of speed, as Jesse was saying. First turn was awesome, but unfortunately for him, the second one not as critical as we were expecting.
Have a lower scale this year?
Definitely. I mean, just a couple of maneuvers, a couple of combinations that we've seen. It's just the level there is nowadays and the quality of waves we have on tour is significantly higher.
Okay, so there was Yago, and Jess, I think that was a priority error because he probably will not increase on his scoreline after pulling the trigger on priority.
I agree, and that wave was kind of like lacking wall in front. Obviously, it's very hard for you to pull back someone like Italo. Anything could look something decent for him to get.
He can just roam.
Yeah, it's surfing, you know. A wave could come underneath
like,
or just down. Yeah, it's like...
That's what he's doing now.
Yes.
I love it.
And how close was he from actually getting a big score right there? Like, maybe if that wave held 1 second more.
Okay, Italo. Let's see if he can come back here. Looking down the line, building up some speed, launches it in there. It's a big one and lands it. Explodes on that Timmy Patterson board. Let's see if hopefully the board stayed in one piece there, Mitchell, but that was a huge error.
That was sensational. Just unfortunate that he wasn't able to land it.
Dora with priority. He's going to let Italo go on this one. Ferreira looking for a launching pad. Pops it up. Straight air for Ferreira. A little shifty with that one. Cuts back into the power source. Wants a little bit more on the inside here, and he's going to need a little bit more for that 6-point ride. Low road here, the wave splits into 2 and does not give him any inside opportunity, Mitch.
It's not the wave, but he did break away. Flipping the switch with one wave.
What do you think about this?
I mean, did as much as he could, but the wave very flat. As you're going to see, he's going to tweak it, and I was hoping for probably, you can see him eyeing it down way down the line. You're going to see him stall a little bit the board right there, trying to hold himself close to the source of energy, hoping that wave was going to stack up a little bit more, but just didn't happen.
One more wave. Whistles from the beach. Here goes Bravo. Ferreira. That was cool. But not the 6. Not enough 5-point ride. Needed a 6-point ride. So it is Yago Dora, your 2025 MEO Rip Curl Pro champion. #1.